Fresh.
What's up? Welcome to the show. Take number 23. We are finally live and we're here. Welcome to the show. Tonight is episode 221. You would think that we just started doing this, but we've been doing this for a few years and we are finally getting our act together. Welcome. This is the Plumbing Sales Coach, and tonight we're going to talk about something so important. Whether you're in business, you own the business, you own a business, or you're simply a technician. Maybe you're a sales rep. Maybe you're a service technician. Maybe you're a plumbing service technician. We really talk about service plumbing on this show quite a bit, and as it relates specifically to service plumbing. But sometimes you can really apply this stuff, many times, even all the time, you can apply this stuff to pretty much any scenario you want to in life. And tonight we're going to talk about something as it relates to your plumbing business. Violet loves the music intro every time, Raylene says. That is awesome. Welcome to the show. Good to see you. Let me see if I can find the show. Hopefully I can find it live here on our channel. There we go. And from there, I will be able to interact and see the comments. My boy, Tom Shell. What's up? Good to see you, brother, all the way out of Tampa. That is a dude who understands service. That's a guy who understands community, something we're going to talk about tonight. So many people in his community know him. I've hung out with him. Frankie Lamelli says, what's up, Freshness? Good to see you, brother, in the house all the way from San Pedro, where I just got back from, spending some time with those guys, and just a sharp dude. Also got Ulysses out there and Edith, and look, just a sharp kid too, by the way, Ulysses. This is a kid who watches the show. He's been growing. He's been getting better. But more importantly, he really cares and absolutely has a passion for the industry, the game, what we're doing here, taking care of the customer, making sure that they get options, making sure that they get the opportunity to make a decision when it comes to making a purchase. It's good to see you, brother. Miss you, buddy. Hey, it's good to see you. I see you often. Tom's always in his pool. For those who don't know, he's in Florida. He's always in his pool, always hanging out there. He's got a gator about 20 feet off his back deck there. Area, always hanging out. Toss Graham, I'm surprised you watched the show anymore after your brother got to shoot a tank live on the page the other day last week. If you guys didn't see us shoot that tank live, you didn't see all the videos of us shooting MP5s, AR-15s, 50 cals. If you didn't see us shooting the saw right up the side of an open door helicopter, I should say a Army attack copter. That's what I would call that thing. It was amazing. We had a great time. Toss's brother was the one I'm referring to that I got a chance to do that with. If you didn't see it, go back and watch the show. We did that last week. Tom says, true story. Cleveland in the house. Kyle, good to see you, brother. Got a hat coming out to you. I know that's happening. My man Derek working on the team here over at the Plumbing Sales Coach is now leading the charge for that. Kyle, I don't believe we got did you email us your address? If not, make sure you did. If you did, I know he's got a list of people who did. Then you're on that list. You're getting that hat. Got to have that passion. Raylene says, absolutely. On the way to get tacos with little Frankie Yum. What's up, my man, little Frankie? Good to see you on the show. And those tacos are thebomb.com, especially the chorizo. Had a few of those. Pastor Randall Gilmore, good to see you. He says, hey, Chris. Pastor Randall Gilmore, someone who prays for you guys, prays for the community of plumbers, prays for the community of business owners and those that endure the front lines of home services. He understands that plumbing is really a great example of the restoration of things to come, as described to us in the Bible. That's something that I believe passionately about as well. And so I love the trade. I love the passion. I love the ability to go take something in someone's life that's been turned upside down and make it right. We're going to talk about that tonight, but we're also going to talk about how we can make that transition a little easier for you and your customer. We're going to talk specifically about how we can do that and some ways, some kind of outside the box, some outside the normal ways to do that before the call ever takes place, before the customer even calls you, before you even show up to the home, before you even open your eyes up to start your business day. These are some things that you can be doing in your community. These are some things we talk about often. I just put a post out not too long ago saying, spoiler alert, if you are just raising your prices to increase your business, to increase your revenue, that's great as long as you're not, ripping people off. That's great. But that's not a business plan. That's not a growth plan. That's just simply getting your prices in line. But to have an actual growth plan, to have a business plan, there's a few things that have to happen when it comes to branding, marketing, and advertising, and some other things that go alongside that, but specifically as it relates to making the phone ring. specifically as it relates to converting the call and how those two things sometimes coincide. We talk about as a business owner, that's your job. Your job is to provide the opportunity. The employee's job is to work the opportunity. Therefore, when it comes to making the phone ring, that is on the business owner. However, the employees can make that transition easier and vice versa. Just like it's the employee's job to convert the call, it's also the business owner's responsibility and obligation and ability and opportunity to make it easier for the technician. Can I get my coffee? I set it a little too far away with all the pandemonium. The other one? Can you get the other one? Yeah, the one with the new logos and stuff. Let's show the people at home what we got. We got some new gear. We got new cups coming in, new stuff like that. The inside's all blue. I love it. Talk about creating a culture. We do that around here within our own business. And I challenge you guys to do the same thing. But when it comes to what we're talking about tonight, we're talking about your community. And he says it's a never-ending job. Absolutely. It doesn't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records. Is that the special coffee right there? Listen, a crazy night for me is 3 ounces of creamer of International Delight French vanilla. I'm a non-drinker in the realm of alcohol beverages. Did someone say tacos? What's up, Bill Jefferson? William Jefferson in the house. Says, sup, little brother. Talking to Brandon. Good to see you. Carmen LaCasa. As well, good to see you. Talking about community. Let's flash that up on the screen. There it is, community. I love that. I love that look right there. And what it means, that's an active picture. It's called a GIF, a GIF, like Jiffy, but not the peanut butter, because you shouldn't be allergic to community. Don't be allergic. Some of you act like you have a nut allergy and community is Jiffy, like it's peanut butter, but it's not. Listen, here's the thing. Some of you want to go out there and you want to work and you want to do the thing, but then you want to go live in your little shell, and that's okay. And that's okay. But if you're a business owner, when it comes to your business and your brand, so your brand is the thing that the people fall in love with. It's the thing that people build a relationship with. That's the brand. It's the person of your business, so to speak. And it's the thing that people grow attached to. And you need to bring that brand into your community. You know, I remember going on calls all the time here in Indianapolis, where I go to church, and I've got 8 kids, and you know we have a life here. We live in the community, and so I go to such house. I see something up on the wall, like, oh, you know the such and such coach over at HSE. Yeah, me too. Oh, I know him. Yeah, Brian Satter. Oh, you guys awesome. Oh, I go to church. He's amazing. And the amount of trust that builds with the customer, because now they feel like they're with someone they know, and quite honestly, they do. I mean, they have some inclination to who you are. They know who you run with. Serve your community first, absolutely. And as you're serving your community, it's part of building that relationship we're talking about. But as Tom alludes to, it's more than just that. I see Tom give blood, posted on his Facebook wall. I see Tom out there doing different things. I see a lot of you out there doing different things. I see so many of you getting involved. But you got to make sure that you're not doing it for personal gain. You're doing it for genuine improving, elevating, making better your community that you live in. That's what it's about. Because when you do this, when you make this sort of an impact, people know who you are. I remember our pastor, in fact, he's watching the show, Pastor Randy used to always say, hey, look, if the church was gone tomorrow, if someone removed it tomorrow, would the community miss you? Would they know you're gone? Would it be felt? And the same should be said about your community. I mean, it's about your business. You as an owner, you as an employee, you as an entity. Whether it be personal as the owner, or whether it be the business as an entity, whether it be personal as an employer, or it be about the entity. Either way, you need to be making that impact on both levels. Absolutely, all the way around. Because these are the things that are going to allow you to be set apart during the difficult times, when it slows down, when Google's no longer the thing. And for all that are like, oh, Google's the thing. You guys all think marketing is Google. Google is just simply a website. One website, by all means, it's a pretty popular one, but it's just one website. What happens if Apple all of a sudden gets in a dispute with Google, just like they did with Adobe Flash Player at one point, and all of a sudden Apple, you can't play any Flash Player videos on Apple. You wake up and you can't play videos anymore. Why? Because of a dispute, 2 people getting into a fight, two entities getting into a fight. What happens if Google and Apple have a dispute and Apple says, fine, we'll create our own search bar? You better figure out how to advertise on that now. You better figure out how to advertise on that right now, and it's not going to be the same as Google, because if anything's true about Apple, they just love to do things backwards. It's their favorite thing to do. Who you surround yourself with is part of your resume. Be sure you're ready to show said resume to everyone. Absolutely. This is somebody that I absolutely hang out with, have hung out with, would hang out with, just hung out with. I'd put them on my resume. If you're not impacting your community, you're effectively you're biting. He meant to say bite. We'll correct that for him. Bite the hand that feeds you. Without community, you're lost. Look, you're. I mean, think about it. Would any of you just hand the keys of your business over to somebody else? Yet you do it with Google. And what do I mean by that? I mean, the second that Google is gone, you're gone. If that's your whole entire marketing business plan, you're done. You're toast. You're over. You need to be on there. You need to dominate on there, but you need to know why and how you're on there so that you can transition as time allows, as time proves need be. Look, Blockbuster thought it was this way until it wasn't, and it hit them out of nowhere. Don't be getting hit out of nowhere. Uncle George, know and like. Yeah. Be someone people know, like, and trust in your community. Look, when it comes to these types of things, I think of a guy down in Alabama. He coaches softball, not for his company, but just that's what he does. And then I think of other people in other communities and the things that they do. My boy on here, Frankie Lamel, he says, pour into your community will overflow on you. Here's a guy who his stepmother is in the office. Everyone knows her in her community. Her parents had a business established in this same community for years. Her husband, Frankie's dad, worked at basically one of the main providers of revenue and economy for this area for a long time. It's a tradition. It's a local, literally a local union thing there. A big deal. People know people. Okay, he's pouring into his local community there. I'm not going to give away his marketing plan, but he has very much got his eyes on local community there, and he's got a big plan. He's got a short-term plan, and he's got a way to achieve it all the way from step 1 to step 1,000. Okay, and it's bite-sizable. It's something that he can achieve along the way. And you got to do the same thing. You got to do the same thing. This is how you grow and you become attached to the community. Could you imagine being born into a family and never spending any time with them and never going into the family reunions and never being a part of that said family, and you turn 18, you move out, and you just go off, and then one day you come back and you're like, man, why does everybody always make me prove myself to them? Why do I always have to reprove myself to my family? Why doesn't my family have my back? Because you don't have a relationship. Now, that's a weird example, but we all see the examples play true in our families when someone gets a broken relationship within our family, that black sheep, so to speak, that outcast, that one that, I might be that one, but the one that becomes distant at times. And there's just a reality that when they become reattached for whatever reason, broken trust, whatever it is, they have to reprove themselves. And you're going to have to reprove yourself every single time you go to a house. That's if you change over employees over and over and you never have the same guys working for you. It's also true if you never get uniforms, you never get logos, if you never get branding. It's also true if you don't come up with a marketing strategy outside of pay-per-click, outside of some sort of maintenance agreements program that you have back with the warranty company, something bigger than just following behind another contractor, something bigger than just relying on a realtor to send you work, something bigger than that. Build a relationship with your community. I don't care if you're the apprentice. Because listen, if you're an apprentice somewhere right now, hear me on this. If you're an apprentice somewhere right now, first of all, act like the position you want to be, not the position you are. That's rule number 1 in life. Act like the position you want to be, not the position you are. Number 2, make sure that you get into your community because you never know who's watching. I remember giving advice to a young man sitting on a couch one time, and I said, I don't care if your next job is picking up trash. I don't care if your next job is cleaning the gutters at the bowling alley. I don't care what your next job is. You do it like it's your only job. You do it like it's the best job. You do it like it's the only opportunity you got on earth because you never know who's watching. And when that happens, you then create opportunity. You create value for yourself, whether it be in the idea that you know a lot of people that will stand behind you, credible people in your community, whether you're a technician or an owner, or whether you built that relationship with your community through your brand. Either way, it is impact. I mean, the impact you can make with that, the power that comes with that is ridiculous. That's right. Always be serving as a mantra, always looking for an opportunity to make someone else's day better, an opportunity to make someone else's life a little bit better, to make someone else's life a little bit brighter. That's what you need to be doing. And when you do that, you're a decent human. When you do that, you just become normally in a normalized way, you become a marketing plan. You become connected and rooted within your community. That's when people use you. That's when people refer you. That's when people write books about you. And I don't mean books that are sold at Amazon. I'm talking about books like on Google reviews, books like on Facebook reviews, books like on Yelp reviews. You don't need a resume if you do your job. Always dissing on Blockbuster. Yeah, they didn't keep up. They didn't pay attention. Act like the position you want to be, not the position you are. That's the golden nugget of the night. Hopefully you take that to heed. And look, if you want information, this is the kind of stuff we're talking about. In fact, we got a retreat coming up. We're opening up to the public. We only had a few slots. We only have 12 spots open, completely open. We only have 2 spots left for the dinner, the special dinner. The first 10 people that signed up got a special dinner. We only have 2 of those spots left, and we're limited on how many we can have all together, I believe, because of COVID-19 or something. There's some sort of whatever they have. So we have to be careful with that. And so we're looking into what the max capacity is, how many we can fit into one room and all that kind of stuff. Right now, I'm assuming we're going to be capped at around the number that we have. But if that's true, then we're going to have 12 spots total left. And we're talking about marketing, advertising, and budgeting. That's one of the 6 main topics for the 2-day event. It's going to be like a boot camp, a fire hose, if you will. I'm going to give you basically everything you need to know, the blueprint for accelerating your business to run this thing all the way from the bottom to the top. Anything you could possibly want to know, from that all the way to dispatching, to scheduling, which calls to take, when to take them, how often, how many to take, how many to dispatch, when to dispatch, what are the call times, all that kind of stuff, the windows that you should be scheduling in. Then we're going to move on. We're going to break down basically every aspect, the price book, merchandising, bundling, how to bring them all together. These are the things I talk about when I go to businesses and visit. This is the thing that we do when I come to your shop. A lot of you have had me come to your shop. You guys know that it's right around 15 grand for the week, 12,000 for 3 days. And so this is a way to get that at a tenth of the cost, if less than that, actually, for cheap, or whatever it is. I don't know whatever it is being. And you get the ability now to learn all this stuff in 2 days. Boom. Type dominate in the comments and we'll get you that information. Dominate into the comments and we will get you the information. It's really more for GMs. It's really about general managers. It's really about owners on this one, not for technicians. Our dog's free for the retreat. We're working on that, Bob. Bob's someone that's coming. I know Patrick's coming. I know Jeff Lane and his family are coming. We got some people that are going to be coming. We got some speakers. We got Koss, my boy Koss, King of Service Talk. He works for me. He'll be there speaking for a couple hours, talking about the perspective as it relates to the technician of the truck. This is a guy who just sold over $80,000, $70,000 worth of plumbing over the phone last week. The week before that, he had $80,000. The week before that, $60,000, $70,000, constantly on a regular basis. Talking to technicians, talking to customers, literally in the moment, selling the jobs with the technicians. He's in it, he breathes it, he lives it, he eats it, he sleeps it, he is it, and his name is Koss. King of Service Talk. I feel like it was a commercial for Koss. But anyways, he'll be there, and he'll be speaking. You'll have a chance to talk to him. That boy Koss puts it down. Yeah, he really does. He gets it. He's the man with the plan. Koss, K-O-S-T, King of Service Talk. He's a champ. And he's caring. He really does, man. That's the thing about that guy, right? He loves it when people are happy. It's our duty to educate, help, and love. This provides a better tomorrow. He says that. Brandon also says, imagine not sharing your knowledge to anyone. Giving back to the community. We end up with a group of humans who never shown a multitude of ways to impact. Listen, this is a real reality. He's saying they were never shown different ways. And we have that ability firsthand to show people what service truly looks like. I can't tell you how many times I've been out to eat recently, how many times I've been out to experience things recently, and the service has been poor. And I'm like, really? Because this seems like an opportunity to separate yourself. This seems like a time where it really matters. And, that's your chance. Oh, my goodness, a blast from the past. Angela, good to see you. She says, hey, welcome back to the show, Angela. I'm going to take an opportunity here to show you the new gear again, everyone, the new hats. With the new gear, we got some hats, we got some stuff, we got shirts, we got cups, we got bottle openers. We got some bottle openers. I don't know. We got all kinds of cool stuff. We got tumblers. We got everything. We got it now. And we're giving them away. We're sending them out. Some of those you've been like, yeah, right, whatever. It really is. Lost is a winner. Cost is a winner is what he meant to say. Chad Collins, Pride Plumbing, my boy Chad. Now, Chad knows firsthand because Cost actually works with their team. and absolutely crushes it with those guys. And I know Chad loves Cost loves Chad, Pam, power couple out of Grand Junction, Colorado, a small town, killing it. They got like 6,000 people that live there. I'm just joking. They got 60,000 people that live in this small town. Grand, no excuses. They charge regular pricing. They have just a few techs, not a ton of techs. It's not like they have 10 trucks or anything crazy, but they do average. I don't want to say what they average, but it's 5 digits, I think, a week per tech or something crazy, nuts, insane in the membrane like that. They're killing it per week. He says they're locked in plexiglass or locked in plexiglass box. So we went out to, I'm going to tell you guys a story. We went out to Vegas. And as you guys know, I got to shoot the tanks and blah, blah, blah. But blah, blah, blah. We got to shoot tanks and whatever. It's not a big deal. I shot a saw out of the side of a helicopter. Honestly, it's not that deep. What was really crazy is when we went to Tacos El Gordo. We went to Tacos El Gordo because Tacos El Gordo has some of the greatest food on earth. And when I say greatest food on earth, I mean El Pastor and I mean Lengua when it comes to street tacos. They are the bomb.com. They are legit. If you ever go to Vegas, check it out. Tacos El Gordo. They're also in Tijuana. They're authentic. They're the real deal, especially the one on the Vegas Strip. Anyways, we go to the Vegas Strip. Joey Cisneros takes us, and we go there and we go to eat because we're starving because we just literally on the day of shooting tanks and stuff. We're nuts. Endorphins are going crazy. Everyone's just we're out of gas. We have nothing left. We need to eat. We get in line. We go inside. We wear our masks like good citizens. And then we stand in line and we get our food. We go to the table. We get to the table. There's plexiglass, not just plexiglass, but literally like old school Foursquare. And I was like, really, like, are you kidding me? Because I came with these people. If you want to see the picture, go on my wall. You'll see the picture. You'll see the picture on my Facebook wall. It's nuts. Like, what? Brandon's got his hands up. He's like, hey, let me out. Anyways, tacos were worth it. People go, really? I would never eat there again. Well, eat their tacos and then come talk to me. Yeah, you would. It's the only place. It's the only place I would let you know. He says it's true. Robert says tacos were the best. I took Robert there. I've taken Robert there. We went there for his birthday. All right. I love you guys. We go to Vegas. We do stuff. You guys come to Vegas with me. Some of you physically come to Vegas with me. I think I've been to Vegas with more people in the plumbing game than I've been to any other city for any other thing. I've been with so many of you to Vegas over the last couple of years, but and I've had a great time and I love it. I love what we do here. I love what you do. I love what I do. More to come on me loving what you do and what I do, especially as it relates to a company called Advocate Plumbing. We're going to talk more about that here in upcoming weeks. But more importantly, what I want you to understand tonight is this. If you want to be sustainable, if you want to have one of those 30-year companies that you can sell or hand off, if you want to be one of those technicians that walks up to the door and has a little bit of an easier time than the guy that has the harder time, if you don't want to swim upstream no more, if you don't want to go uphill, if you want to run your business in a way that makes it just a little bit easier, build a relationship in your community. Cement yourself, establish yourself. Don't be hopping around. Don't be jumping around from company to company. Get into a place, find a place that you can care about. Find a place that cares about you. If you're an employer, find someone you can care about. Find someone who cares about your community. And then you overflow into them. You pour all the love that you have into that technician, allow them to overflow onto your community, and you build a relationship that no one can break. You build a relationship that no one can bust. You make sure that you have something that no one can just come up with a better marketing plan. Someone can't just come in with a better jingle. Someone can't just knock you off the SEO. Someone can't just get more reviews. Make sure you have something that is for real, that will last, something that someone can't come along and duplicate, copy, or steal. I'm telling you, that is a relationship. You'll do it with your brand. You'll do it with your personal. You'll do it with your family, and you'll do it with your employees. That is the key to long-term success. Guys, I love you. And as always, remember, am I leaving something out? Advocate Plumbing. Brandon, more on that. Don't worry about that, Brandon. All right, guys, I love you. Remember, always do this. First of all, type Dominate if you want information about the retreat. If you want to learn more about how to blow it up, how to crush it, how to just kill it, how to avoid all the mistakes, how to stop trying all this crazy complicated stuff, how to make more money with your plumbing company with what you already have. You don't need to go spend $20,000 on branding and marketing and all this crazy stuff. You just simply need to do more with what you have. It's that simple. Type Dominate. All right, that's it. I love you guys. Remember, serve your communities and everything, not just plumbing. Have a great night.